Good morning, friends. In the last lectures, we completed second unit, that is principal stresses and strain energy. So that's why today I am starting unit third, that is the combined stresses. In combined stresses, maybe combinations of the direct and bending stresses. So direct stress means is nothing but it is compressive or tensile stress, and bending stress means this is equal to load divided by area. So that's why P divided by A. And bending stress, for bending stress basic formula sigma B. So here we'll consider this is PB and this is P, small p, and this is small pb. So PB equal to M divided by Z. So M is moment and Z is section modulus. So M equal to P into moment is nothing but this is eccentricity, and section modulus Z, it is a ratio of I divided by Y max. So I is the moment of inertia, if rectangular sections means, so according to that moment of inertia BD cube divided by 12. If circular sections means pi divided by 64, d raised to 4 divided by, means if circular or rectangular, and if suppose this is B and this is D, are equal to BD cube divided by 12, and Y max is the distance of extreme fiber from neutral axis. Suppose this neutral axis is the x-axis, so this is d by 2. D by 2 is the distance. This is called Y max. So this is actually y-axis, means yy. So that's why yes, this PB equal to M I divided by Y, or M into Y divided by I, and M is nothing but this is P into E, this Y max divided by I. So this is basic formulas which we can use during the studying of the direct and bending stress. So these are the basic formula, PB equal to this formula or PB equal to. So in the combined stresses, direct and bending stresses, we are considering assumptions, compressive stress is positive, and tensile stress is negative. So tensile, this is the assumptions which we can use during the studying of the direct and bending stress. So direct stress if this is a rectangular body, if the load is acting here P, and in this case and if the load is acting here P, and this is the eccentricity. And suppose this is the load point. So this is the E, and this is, suppose B is, and this is D. So in this case, effect of the such type of the, so here's because this load point is the at the centers, the stresses induced that are tensile stresses, and the signs is, this is P0. So in this case, in the right hand side, compressive stresses induced, and in the left hand side, negative tensile stresses induced. So that's why you will get this is max and this is minimum. So this max because in the left hand side above this y axis tensile stresses, tensile bending stresses induced, in the right hand side compressive bending stresses, and that this force is to be considered. So that's why this is minimum. So how this happens, that is understand by using another one. Suppose this is a rectangular body or rectangular columns, and this is D and this is B is the width, and this is centroid, and this load is, and this is the eccentricity. So here's for equivalent, this is to be considered so here's load is acting at, so this is P equal to or P0 P divided by A plus I guess this is eccentricity and effect of this PB M by Zs. So in this case, yes, the stress is induced, likewise negative, and this is actually likewise. So this is plus PB and this is negative PB, and this is resultant equal to, now this is negative, so that's why this is P max and this is P minimum, because this is negative and this is negative, so that's why direct stress because this is the total PB. This is total PB. Alright, or this is, you can understand, minimum and maximum. So that's why here a resultant stress equal to P0 plus minus PB. P0 equal to P by A plus minus M by Z, or P by A plus minus M into I divided by Y, or same you can write by using this is the resultant stress you can calculate. So next, now the now here's three possibilities. So if P0 is greater than PB, P0 is equal to PB, and P0 is less than or equal to PB. So in this case, when, so that times you will get, this is the case. So this is P minimum and this is P max. So in this case, this is direct stress, this is PB positive, and this is PB negative. Try to understand when this direct stress is greater. Direct stress means that is when this load means nature means in this case the stresses induced in complete sections is compressive stress only. Suppose this is a sections. So in these sections, anywhere the stresses induced, this is only compressive stress if the direct stress is greater than bending stress. And second case, if this is direct stress is equal, means that times you will get this is P max and this is P minimum. So in this case, P minimum equal to, because P0 minus PB equal to 0. So that's why minimum equal to 0 and P max equal to PO plus PB, because this is plus minus resultant stress equal to stress equal to direct stress plus minus PB. So here's maybe plus or maybe minus. So this minimum is the second case and this is the maximum. This is the maximum. So this is equal to this and this is equal to this. When direct stress is greater. So in this case, this is PO and this is PB. When if in this case you will get this is P max and this is P minimum. So in this case, this is PO and this is PB and this is maximum. P max and this P minimum equal to, because this is P minimum equal to PO minus PB. So this PB is greater, so that's why here you can take negative sign, PB minus PO and P max equal to, so here's PO plus PB. So this is the case and this is the case. Try to understand this. So why this is negative resultant stress, minimum stress equal to when the direct stress is less than, direct stress means the nature of the stress is compressive. So because of that and this bending stress, so this is positive bending stress and negative bending stress having equality, means PB equal to plus minus M divided by Z. So because of the plus minus, one is the tensile bending stress and another is the compressive bending stress. Now I think you understand. So what is the mean of the combined stresses? Now again we will see conditions for stresses to wholly compressive. So in direct stress, what is the conditions? For stresses to remain wholly compressive. Now here for understanding, suppose this is a rectangular column and here's the load is acting, this is load P having eccentricity E, and this is sections, it's a sections. So this is B is the width and D is the, it's a depth. This is x-x axis and this is y-y axis. Now here's, so in this case PB equal to M divided by Z. So moment equal to P multiplied by E. P multiplied by E divided by I divided by Y max. Now Y max equal to, because this load is here's in this right hand side. So that's why right hand side Y max equal to distance above the extreme fibers. So this is called distance above the extreme fiber from neutral axis. In this case, neutral axis is the y-y axis and this is the extreme fibers, means the outer layers. So this is called y max and this is equal to B divided by 2 and I equal to moment of inertia. Now neutral axis, y-y neutral axis. So that's why, yes, D, because this is parallel, so dB cube divided by 12. So that's why P into E divided by I equal to dB cube divided by 12 and this is Y max equal to B divided by 2. So that's why we can write here this is PE divided by dB, because this is one get cancel, divided by 6 dB squares divided by 6, and direct stress equal to P by A. So P A equal to dB, depth multiplied by breadth. Now conditions. So for wholly, so here's conditions. If the direct stress, if direct stress is greater than or equal to PB, because nature of the direct stress compressive, then and then only, and if this is greater than PB, only it produces compressive stresses. Now P0 equal to, you can put, this is P divided by dB, or instead of the, if your confusions, you can write here this is W, will change notations here, W, this is weight. So that's why WB, this should be greater than or equal to W into E divided by dB squares divided by 6. So this W will get cancelled. Now cross multiplications, E eccentricity should be less than or equal to dB square divided by 6 divided by 6, and this is 1 divided by dB. So this D will get cancelled, this B. So eccentricity, this is should be B divided by 6. So eccentricity should be B divided by 6 means, suppose this is B by 6, this is also B by 6. So this is equal to B by 6 plus B by 6, this is B third, this is also B third, and this is remaining portions also B third. So this is for when the load is on the XX axis. Next case, so this is moment of inertia about y axis, and this is EYY, because this distance is the eccentricity from y axis. Similarly, suppose next case, so this is load point is on here. So this is load point. So this distance is called as EXX. In this case, this is D and this is B. Try to understand when the load is on y axis, load point, and this is XX. So that's why this distance is the EX and this is the Y max. So in this case, Y max equal to D divided by, because this is the extreme distance from the neutral axis. Now in this case, neutral axis is the XX axis. So that's why Y max equal to D divided by 2, and moment of inertia about, so in this case moment of inertia about y axis. Now in this case moment of inertia about XX axis. So that's why XX axis means B is the width, D cube divided by 12. Now PB equal to, so in this case PB equal to M divided by Z's P or W. So this is W into EX divided by, so sections XX, IXX divided by Y max. So PB equal to W into EX divided by, so in this case moment of inertia BD cube divided by 12, and this is D divided by 2. Y max equal to D divided by 2. So this is BD squares divided by 6. Now this should be greater than PB. So direct stress equal to again W by BD, and this is WEX BD squares divided by 6. So this W will get cancelled, and EX, this should be less than or greater or equal to BD squares 1 divided by BD. So this B and this will get cancelled. So this is against D by 6. So d by 6 means in this case also so if this is neutral axis and this distance equal to d by 6 d by 6, so this is d by 3 and this is d by 3 and this distance also d by 3. Try to understand. So this is the, so if within this range if we are apply the loads, so you will get only compressive stresses if the load point is in betweens and this is in the in betweens. So that's why here's now combined diagrams, because this distance is B third, this is B third and this is B third. And this is D third, this is D third and this is D third. Now, so this is the extreme points, and if these points are joined, so this is called core of the section, or it is also called as kernel kernel. So if suppose this is E, F, G, H, so what is mean about the core of the sections? If we apply load point in the area of EF, GH, then the stresses induced in whole sections is compressive stress only. So if we apply load in these areas, the stresses induced that are only compressive stresses. So that's why this is the conditions. So which is the conditions? These conditions is the eccentricity. So this should be less than B by 6 or D by 6. So this is the conditions. Eccentricity for rectangular sections, this should be B by 6 or D by 6. So this is the very important. So during the examinations, multiple choice questions may be asked. So what happens if the load points is applied within the area of the core of the sections? So what type of the stresses induced? So that stresses are tensile stresses, compressive stresses, or both stresses, tensile and compressive stresses, are can't say. So your answer should be only compressive stress, and this is the conditions for rectangular sections, B divided by 6 or D divided by 6, or yes, because if you are considering this is depth equal to D, then this is D by 6. So similarly, because this is for rectangular sections, if the sections is if the section is circular section, if the sections is circular sections, suppose this is circular sections and this is D is the diameters, and load point, suppose this is load point W and this is eccentricity equal to E. In this case, now direct stress equal to W by A. So W divided by A means pi by 4 D squares, and PB, and this is equal to M divided by Z's or M divided by I divided by Y max. So in this case Y max anywheres, so Y max, this is Y max equal to, because this is circular types, so that's why D divided by 2. So that's why we can write this is W into E. Moment of inertia for circular sections, as you knows, this is pi by 64 D raised to 4 and this Y D by 2. So that's why W into E divided by pi divided by 32 into D cube. Now conditions P0, this should be greater than PB. So direct stress equal to W divided by pi by 4 D squares, this should be greater than PB equal to W into E divided by pi 32 and that is D cube. So this W will get cancelled, pi will get cancelled, and E eccentricity, this should be less than or equal to, so this is 32 and 4, so this D square and this will get cancelled, D divided by, so this is 4, so that's why this is 8. So this is the conditions. Eccentricity should be, so that's why here's this is called core and this is D by 8, this is D by 8, D by 8, and this is total equal to D by 4. So this is D by 4 total, means diameter equal to D by 4, or otherwise from the origins. So this distance should be not be greater than D divided by 8. So then and then only the stresses induced in these sections, that is only compressive stresses. So I think you can understand what is the conditions for rectangular sections. What is the conditions for rectangular sections? The stresses induced in the columns or sections are the compressive, that is B by 3 or B by 6 or D by 6, and this is for circular section, this is equal to D by 8. So this is the conditions, and I think you can understand direct stress equal to P by A and bending stress equal to, so this is only, remember, direct stress equal to W by A, bending stress equal to plus minus M divided by Z plus this is W into E and this is I divided by Y. This is general formula, or otherwise PB XX equal to, so W into eccentricity, this is x axis, this is moment of inertia about x axis, and this is distance from the, and otherwise PB YY or PB. So this is one is positive and another is the negative, right? So this is XX and this is YY equal to W into EY IY, this is YY. So try to remember this three formulas, and Z equal to, Z is the section modulus, Z is the section modulus, and section modulus equal to, it is the ratio of the moment of inertia divided by y. Y is the distance of the extreme fiber. So in this case y max equal to, so this is called y max, distance of the extreme fibers, or this is distance y max, means radius equal to distance of the extreme fiber from the neutral axis. So due to the limitations of the times, because to solve the problems we require more times, so that's why today I stop here, and remaining portions of the problems related with the direct and bending stress we can start in the next class. So that's why today I stop here, and we'll continue remaining portions about the direct and bending stress in the next class. Thank you.